Hello folks, it's Rich here. How are we doing? I'm doing very well because this beauty has arrived back in my possession. So those who have seen the channel before, and thank you for those who subscribe and chit chat with me, I really appreciate it, will know that I had this a couple of months ago. It's PRS 245 SE and it's become a love interest. No other way of putting it. But I had a dodgy switch, a toggle switch. So I found myself a guitar tech online, Tom's Guitar Shack. I'm going to put a link down below. He's based in Kidderminster in the Midlands area of the UK, and my goodness me, the wait has been worth it. So what has Tom done to the beautiful Savannah? Well, let's go through the basics. First of all, I asked for the action to be low, and boy oh boy oh boy, about 1 millish at the 12th fret, and you can barely get a piece of paper underneath that. Super low. So that's the first thing. Second thing, the frets when I got it were fairly polished and shiny anyway. Now they are like mirror polished. The strings just glide off them. So shiny. So they've been polished and crowned and rounded. So they were not there were any sharp fret ends before, but certainly aren't now. Super nice down here. And given the fretboard a little bit of TLC as well, he's fixed my dodgy toggle switch. The intonation is absolutely spot on, and as you can also see, well, hopefully you can see, the strings are running through the pole pieces as they should be. And I had an upgrade. Push pushity push pots to split the coils. So I'm absolutely delighted with it. I've literally only had it in my hands about half an hour, so I'm just getting a bit of an idea for what things sound like and what they do, as I've got so many more tonal options now. But just first impressions in terms of the workmanship, amazing. And whilst I'm at it, I took this along as well. This is not my Strat, this is an old Hohner Strat, and such was the case with this one. The action's even lower, I think, on this. Tom has literally taken this apart. Every single component has come out of this. It's been rewired, fret level and polish. That's another thing actually on the PRS. The frets weren't all level, which I guess is not a surprise really. Even for £600 I'm sure even for a lot more money you don't get level frets, so they've all been done now. But yeah, he's done an amazing job of this old Strat, which sounds fantastic as well. So my first sort of thought before I took it in, in fact, if the toggle switch hadn't have stopped working, I probably wouldn't have taken it, would I? And I've had 92 guitars now, and it's the first time I've ever taken one for a proper setup. I've changed strings myself and done a bit of a fret polish and whatnot, but never once have I thought I should go and get it properly set up. And now that I have, I think I will always do it, at least once, to get it going, because it just feels like a new guitar. It wasn't bad to start with, but now, just amazing. And just to get a bit of an insight from the guy as well, I asked him about tuners. I've been thinking about swapping these for the PRS locking tuners. And as you know, I'm just a bedroom player for now until I'm rocking the stage at Wembley. But Tom says, no, these tuners are just fine. He's got it all set up nicely, the nut is cut perfectly, and it's all good. But yeah, so is it worth, as the title suggests in the video, is it worth having a full setup? I guess for those people who have will know that yes, it really is. Say that old Strat from the mid 80s was a sort of a bit of a love thing. It's not to say it's not mine, but needed some TLC, and now that it has, I've had a little play on it as well, and I've got Strat Envy. It just feels fantastic. So I'll put a link to Tom's Guitar Shack. So if you're in the UK, in the Midlands, it's just a Kidderminster area. It's well worth it. Really nice bloke. He's done such a good job of this. It's exceeded expectation, and it's felt like it's money definitely well spent. Tom works on really expensive high-end guitars as well, so like custom shop £5,000 guitars. So you don't have to be worried thinking, does he know his stuff? Can I take my super expensive guitar there? Yes, you can. So, as I say, it's just a bit of a first impressions really, but I just thought we'd have a little playthrough on some of the single coil tones, because it doesn't sound like a Strat. I think if anything, I think you get some of the sort of out of phase and middle positions from a Strat. That the majesty of the neck pickup on a Strat is reserved still for a Strat, but the tone all the way up on that. This is a neck pickup, single coil, and if I put it back into humbucker, much louder. It's on the clean channel, and if I put the two together, both split. That sounds quite stratty, don't you think? Bridge split on its own. Twangy. If I push the pot back in, so single coil, but so far I think I like the neck split and the bridge on humbucker. So it gives it's a nice mixture of the sort of twanginess, I suppose, of the single coil sound, and then a bit of the thick creaminess of the neck position. Both out. So it's really added a new dynamic, which is the whole reason I did it for. Let's just put the gain channel on. Oh, little footstool. That's quite dark, doesn't it? Split. It seems, it might be my imagination, but it seems a lot more sensitive as well to how hard you wallop it with the pick. I'm using the medium pick here. Middle, both split. Bridge split. It's almost, it's a sort of a mixture between a Strat single coil bridge pickup and a telly. Back to the middle. But sorry, just on the bridge. Single coil. So yeah, pushity push. Tell you what, push push. I specifically asked for push push, although Tom says that that's generally what he does anyway. So much better than push pull. Why don't you know, manufacturers all do push push? It's so much easier. I mean, and, you know, as you know, it's not exactly on stage yet. But push push has got to be a lot easier than push pull. Well, it is a lot easier in my opinion. So I shall put up some other videos in the next week or two, just experimenting really with the different tones you can get out of it. I'd be interested to hear from anyone with an SE standard, which has got the 2 volume and tone, which with push pull on them. I know my style I had that, but different pickups. But I think the standard has got the same pickups as this, and coil splits from the factory as to what they think about the sounds of those. But yeah, so I'll put a link to Tom down in the description. Is it worth getting your guitar set up? Initial thoughts, absolutely it is. Costs a few pennies, but once it's done, it just feels like a whole new thing, especially if you've got an older guitar. So the one behind me here, which was getting on for being firewood, bless it, is now just got a whole new lease of life, and a good advocate for you don't need an expensive guitar necessarily if it's set up well and it's and the bare bones of it are okay. So thanks for watching. If you did, if you didn't, it was good for me, and I'm happy to talk to myself. I do it all the time. Rich out.